he started creative thing. He started making toys, and he gifted this to his boss in the office. And because of this creativity also, and waiting for the response from his boss, he became insane. So to some extent, the writer compared creativity with insanity, and the causes behind that insanity is overthinking, according to the writer. So let's see my slide over here. See the character, Govind Singh. Please go through this story yourself, because the real flavor, some of the story can only be found when you go through this. That's why read this yourself, line by line. Command over vocabularies and structure, and get the theme. It would be better if you uh, find out the essence or theme of the story yourself. See, Gobind Singh, main character, his job was gateman. He was gatekeeper earlier, that means. And he became gatekeeper after World War service, 1914 to 18, at England's as something different. You know, this was the time of First World War. Maybe we can find traces of World War, or the disturbance in the mind created by World War, or you can say psychological effect in the mind of common people. That could be one speculation. When he was gatekeeper, his job was, or his behavior was similar to the common gatekeeper. It means he used to wear khaki uniform, band cross, used to carry short stick, and he used to stay at the gate and salute the visitor. That was his overall activity, or his duty. And as he was very common man, lowest at the portfolio of the office, he could not talk to high profile people. He could see those people getting in early in the morning. He could see only, right? And he could see them going out late in the evening after office. He could simply salute them, but he did not get chances to talk to them, because generally boss, they do not communicate with low portfolio people. Maybe that was the reason he could not talk to them. Doing the same thing, he spent 25 years in the same office. Are you listening me? Am I audible? Do you give me sound?
Yes, sir, we can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Can you see the slide also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm talking about story today. Gateman's gift and the thinking what comes in or hovers in his mind. You know, when we go to meet president, for example, or prime minister, for example, what comes in our mind? You know that, right? We are very common people, and somehow we became restless at the time. Restless, right? What to do? We are not sure what to do, what to say, how to behave, etc. Similarly, normally before his retirement, he was normal because he did not have to talk to high portfolio people. Simply, he used to go to his office with the uniform, and his job was to salute the people working there and the visitor in the office. And after that, he used to come back. He could see the manager getting in when the office time starts and go out when the time fall down, break down, or after office. After 25 years, one day, his boss, for the first time, called him in the office and said, Govind Singh, it's your time to get retirement. Maybe this was the first time he talked to his boss. It was time for him to get retired because his eyesight and hearing power also was very poor. And he was unable to recognize manager and other people even from 10 years. So he was called in the office and manager said, you are we are very pleased with your work for us and the company will give you a pension of 12 rupees. Right, as I said, this was the first time he talked to the manager of his office. It was not the first time, maybe it was the second time he remembers. When he heard this thing, he felt happy also, sad also. Sad in the sense that he had to leave the office in which he worked for 25 years, and sad in the sense that happy in the sense that he got pension also, and manager praised him. Right, you can see we are very pleased with your work for us, and the company will give you a pension of 12 rupees. Right? So it was the second time he met great man after the first day of his service. First time when he was appointed, maybe he met the manager or great man like him for the first time, and it was the second time. After the retirement, his life moved smoothly with his pension and his wife's earning. We know that people who are from poor background, both spouse should work, couple should work for their livelihood. And so was the case with Gobind Singh and his wife. He used to get pension, and maybe his wife was also working somewhere else. So after his retirement, he spent his time eating at the proper time. For example, we nowadays, because of online class, we are free. We can eat whenever we are hungry. We can sleep whenever we feel sleepy. So he also, after retirement, got enough time. He made a routine, timetable, and at the proper time, and so was the sleeping. And he used to go to nearby shop and he used to smoke and chat with the friends also. It is retired life. That means after the months ended, he was supposed to go to the office for his pension. He felt somehow strange when he saw the life, very recalled his life in the office, and he compared it with his current life because of this. Even there, and he took pensions also. But in between that, one day, as he was free, as he was sitting idle, one neighboring children brought a doll for repair. And when he did the job, he was fascinated by that. He enjoyed repairing or making doll for children. And then onward, that incident inspired him to make model out of clay, doll also, and other model. Model means that maybe it could be seen different houses and so on. So started making doll model out of clay and wood dust. Not only that, he started depicting, showing different colors of life in his creation. Maybe villages, towns, different incidents, different scenes, etc., were prepared by Govind Singh. And when he made lots of toys and these things, he kept those goods in cousin shop for selling. Gradually, slowly and gradually, his creation started to attract huge crowd. It means many people were lured, attracted toward his creation. That means he not only felt happy, he felt an ecstasy. Ecstasy means extreme happiness. As I said earlier, we need to know, we need to learn art of dying. So he learned art of drawing also because he was free and he got chance to utilize his free time doing creative job. That's why also he was very happy. As he was somehow popular in his locality because of his work, and he was having comfortable life also because of earning from these goods also. So on the next pension day, he thought of gifting that sort of model to his manager. So on the next pension day, he left a street for manager at accountant's desk. The model of street, that means. Similarly, on the next pension day, he left another model. It was children at play for the manager. And another pension day, he left a model of his office front page with himself at his post. It means he recalled his past. He imagined he was at the gate, right? And he designed a model of his office. He was at the gate, car at the entrance, and the chief getting down. Chief means manager. So it was model of his entire office. It was his third gift. First time he handed over that to the accountant because he did not get chance to meet manager because he was retired man also, and maybe his boss manager was busy. Each and every time he got positive comment, feedback, appreciation from the manager. But this time, last time, when he handed over the model of his office, himself at the gate and his manager getting down and car at the park, it has entire scenario of his office. He got registered letter. Like Doshi Chasma, you can compare. When he got registered letter, he became upset. He got it, but he did not open because he was worried. He was anxious to open that. He thought might be his boss got angry and might be his pension was stopped. Not only that, as he was layman, layman means very common man, he had received less than 3 letters in his entire life. And not only that, each time those 3 letters tortured him a lot. And you know that it was a registered letter. When he was given the letter, he denied to take it. But postman, you know that when it is registered by force, it was given. Let's say he was compelled to take that letter by the postman. So he took it, but he did not open it. As I said, the history of letter. One, you never got letter with positive news. Two, he was too much curious. He was overthinking. And he thought because of his model, his manager got angry. So this registered letter made him restless. He became worried. It made him somehow mad, insane. You know that when we overthink, when we take something seriously, too much seriously, we can become mad. So was the case with Gobind Singh. That registered letter made him mad, insane. And because of the effect of that registered letter, he began to roam like a mad, breaking the street light and shouting. It means they get mad. He used to go outside and used to destroy public property and used to disturb other like a mad person, right? You know, we know how mad people react. So Gobind Singh became mad because of that third model and the register letter from his bush. As he was mad and as he was roaming in the street senselessly, one day he met his accountant or his accountant met him. An accountant was very sad to see Gobind Singh in such condition, such pathetic condition. And not only that, accountant was surprised to see the letter in his hand too, which was unopened, as he was somehow senseless. Gobind Singh was somehow senseless. Accountant took the letter, grabbed the letter, you can say, and he read it for Gobind Singh. The letter reads, the general manager greatly appreciates the very artistic models you have sent, and is pleased to sanction a reward of rupees hundreds and hopes it will be an encouragement for you to keep up this interesting hobby. See the secret behind the letter, right? Because of his creativity, his art, the manager was happy. He was not angry. In the letter, as he was busy man, he could not meet him physically. He sent Gobind Singh a registered letter. In the letter, the manager has appreciated his artistic model. So he wanted to gift him 100 rupees. 12 rupees was his pension, it was 100 rupees. Too much more than his pension. That means it's an old story. And the manager wanted to encourage him to continue his interesting hobby. When Gobind Singh heard this thing, he was surprised to hear it. And asked the accountant, Gobind Singh asked the accountant whether he was mad or not, right? When somebody gets mad, they do not think they are mad or not, right? The same thing happened with Gobind Singh. So he also asked with the accountant whether he was mad or not, insane or not. Okay. So accountant replied he was not mad. To console him, to please him, accountant said. In fact, Gobind Singh was mad. But to console him, to please him, the accountant replied he wasn't mad. So Gobind Singh was happy to hear it. Next time, too, he went to take pension. People in the office asked him what toys he was making now. People in the office, they were expecting new different toys with him, but he was bare-handed this time. He was not taking anything with him. When people asked about new toys, he replied he wasn't making any, as it was no occupation for sane men. Right? Sane means sadde, not mad. Right? As he was not mad, it means if his creativity makes him sad, there was no need of making such thing. So then onward, as it created a lot of tension, problem, stress in his life, Govind Singh stopped making toys then onward. He said, it's not the job of sane men. You can guess. Creativity is compared with insanity, madness. Right? You might have heard Kavi, Premi, and Pagal. These are similar. Nepali also. Kavi, poet, Premi, lover, and Pagal, mad. These are same. It is said in Hindi and Nepali. And Govind Singh also said the same thing. When creativity, when peoples are deeply involved in the creativity, they are like mad people. They forget the surrounding, creates stress in their mind. That's why he also stopped making toys and gifting the manager. Okay, it was Gateman's gift. I think you heard me well. If you have any question, you can ask me. Do you have any? Anybody? Anything? Are you listening me? Hello.
Yes, sir. We are
Okay.
listening to you.
Uh, I think you got the idea. I just explained here. I said you that if you want to get the real charm of the story, right, without dying, we cannot experience heaven. So is the case of story reading also. Stories are really beautiful. Generally, it entertains us and it gives us information also. That's why please you need to go to the text given in your book, and then you can perceive the real charm of this story. You can enjoy this. Okay, and there are question answer. Please keep on doing from next week onward. We will present. Is there anyone who is ready to present? I think we have finished four topic from here. Old child education, five dimension of education, and essential of education. This is the fifth one, the Gateman's gift. Willingly, please. Do you want to present next week? Not this week, next week from onward. You need to continue presentation also. This language subject, it's not difficult for you. Prepare a very short 10 minutes presentation and present. Are you ready to present? Alphabetically, I'm going to start, right? You are not Alicia, Amit. Alicia is the first, then Amit in this my team. Are you listening, Alicia?
Yes, sir. Actually, I am ready.
Amit, oh, Ali, your part there is five dimension of education. Amit, and
Okay.
whole child education. Alicia, are you listening, Alicia? Amit, A-M-I-T. Amit second. A B, not A B C. Chandra. Are you listening? Chandra. Alphabetically, I'm selecting you. Right? I don't know you well. Chandra, if you are listening me, you have essentials of education. Okay, and A B C G. Here is G. Ganga. Gateman's gift. Okay, I'm writing your name here. Ganga. Ganga. I think you are listening. Okay, alphabetically, I have selected you for presentation. Mm, Whole child education, Alisha. Five dimension of education, Amit. Essential of education, Chandra. And the gateman's gift, Ganga. Right? We have already finished these four topic and hope you will present next week because presentation should be taken along with our classroom. We'll discuss the thing, whatever comes over here. You can bring questions from the text also.
Sir,
Yes, please.
we have to make a PowerPoint presentation, or
Yes.
simply
Yeah.
we will
No, no,
have
no.
to speak.
PowerPoint presentation is necessary because this is presentation skill, right?
Okay, sir.
And you are from ICT. I think almost all of you know how to make slide also. It should not be very
Okay.
long, right? Bring very
Yes, sir.
precise, only 10 minutes, not more than that. You are allowed to speak for 10 minutes. Bring slide for 10 minutes, right? And we'll discuss if it is necessary. Okay.
Okay,
Shall
sir.
I shall I stop the class?
Yes, sir.
Shall I
Yes.
stop? Okay. Have a good day. Thank you.
Sir, attendance.
Attendance is there. I can download this automatically.
Okay, sir. त्यो साथीहरू एकजनाले पनि बोलिरहेको थिएन। सरले नाम लिँदा पनि बोलेनन्। एलिसा अनि चन्द्रकला अरूहरू कहाँ छन्? दिपचन्द्र, गङ्गा।
मलाई त बोलाउनु भएन नि त्यही भएर।
सही हो। अनि
ल ल
अरूजना
गुड
छ
मर्निङ
क्लास?
साथी, गुड मर्निङ।
गुड मर्निङ। अरू क्लास 4 मिनट छ अहिले टाइम है। चन्द्रकला साँच्चै छैन कि जानी जानी बोलिरहेको छैन? ओके।
सुशीला सरिता त आज क्लासमा आएछौ त
के भनेको